Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Good news, my friends. Today it is Star Trek Lower Decks Season 4, Episode 2, I Have No Bones, Yet I Must Flee. It sounds like we're in for a little bit of the he's and a little bit of the haws in today's episode, but when is that any different from any other Lower Decks episode? Except when they hit you with an emotional gut punch that you should have seen coming, but didn't. Friends, let's get into it. If you could do me a favor though first, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ringy-ding-ding that bell for notifications, and you'll be alerted next time we go live with Lower Decks or Star Trek or The Expanse or any of our sci-fi offerings. And of course, if you'd like those offerings early or in their full-length format, the link to the Patreon is in the description. Not a fan of Patreon? Join our YouTube memberships. You get all the episodes a day early. Friends, that is then and this is now, and now it's time for Star Trek Lower Decks Season 4, Episode 2, I Have No Bones, Yet I Must Flee. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction, and away we go! Oh, what is that? Is that a Romulan?
An unknown ship seems to have intentionally blocked our path.
How did they detect us?
Oh, that's the ship that destroyed...
Silence! I've been stabbing commanders in the back since before your mother killed her first traitor. Wipe this crumb.
Traitor.
Focus on being suspicious.
Commander, our systems, they're not responding.
That's him.
Oh boy.
Fire disruptors!
No, it's true. Our shields are deactivating.
Go to cloak!
Yep. Flips up like Slave One. Wow. So we've had a Klingon craft destroyed, a Romulan craft destroyed. So I don't necessarily, we're in the credits, I don't necessarily rule out a Klingon or a Romulan behind this, because that would seem like the perfect way to cover what you were doing if you were from the very same race that was you're being attacked. But the make of the ship, everything looks very different. I'm very curious to see what exactly we have here, because this seems to be a sector, if not a system-wide threat here, you know, a quadrant-wide threat. And if there's more than one of those ships, we're in deep shit, because our little Cerritos cannot, we already know that she can do many mighty things, but fighting heretofore has not been one of them. I still would love to see her kick some ass one time. One time. Just kick a little ass. No help required. I love this show. Oh, don't get sad. I have no bones, yet I must flee.
Oh, let me die.
No, stay with me, Shax. You're gonna get through this.
They are not doing aerobics. Oh my God. I have seen this, by the way, with Troy and Crusher.
And she won't come out from under the bed.
Have you tried scratching your fingers on the covers and going,
Of course I have.
Of course I have.
I've got her right where I want her. She thinks she knows the score, but trust me, she won't be my problem for long. Hot fudge sundaes after this?
Oh, yeah.
Hot fudge sundaes. That's a good way to finish out a good workout.
I'm even gonna miss the dent I made from all the times I slammed my head on the ceiling during a red alert. Goodbye, Denty.
I just heard him bragging to Shax that he's messing with me.
What? Why?
Now he's going to hand you off to somebody else for your track.
Ransom's just waiting for me to mess up, huh? Fine. I'm gonna become an insubordination supernova and control my own fate. But you're not.
An insubordination supernova.
I'm gonna talk back, break the rules, crack some inappropriate jokes in front of an ambassador.
No.
Should we go check on our rooms?
Yeah, come on, Rutherford. Oh, right. I'm sorry.
You guys go ahead. I'm still a lowly ensign.
You shouldn't be, bud.
Tendy, don't worry. I'll just get a promotion today so I can join you guys.
I don't know if it's that easy.
I just have to do some amazing engineering.
Watch him do it. Watch my man do it.
Don't say stuff like that in front of Denty.
Oh. Oh, that's sad to me. Don't grow up, kids.
Speaking of the mission, please fill Ensign Gary in on the particulars.
Ensign Gary?
Today we're dealing with a classic menage.
Menage?
A menagerie.
Well, it's basically just a big-ass alien zoo full of aliens run by another alien. This one scooped up a couple of humans by accident, so we gotta bust them the out. We'll be in and out, no biggie. Right, Jack?
Let's just get in the shuttle.
Wait, when you're Lieutenant JG, you can call him Jack?
Lieutenant JG?
Socially, we're equals. Right, Jack?
We're leaving now.
Mariner.
The nacelle is right there? Okay. Not the best view, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. No Archer!
Can't you, like, dim the light or something? Or not the nacelle, like there's like a shade thing that goes up?
I don't want to die!
Okay, Jack, you need to take control of this, dude.
Well, that's some great piloting. Let's get to work.
Uh-oh.
I need to replicate some new pants.
I would have had to as well, Gary.
Happy to welcome you to Narj's Miraculous Menagerarium.
Narj, are you corn?
Accidentally scooped up with a shipment of bipedals. Narj has to admit that Narj does have a hard time telling non-botanical creatures apart.
Okay, so he is plant-based. So my corn thing wasn't too far away.
Are you guys breaking up or something?
Yeah, we are. As co-workers, and we're gonna force it right now.
I'm having a little trouble decoding the dynamic here.
I like Gary. Should I like Gary? Or is Gary evil? You never know in this show.
I've given these sweet creatures a safe home.
What about this little guy? He doesn't deserve to be in your f***ed up hobby.
Hobby? The Moopsie is Narj's favorite.
Moopsie?
We're just here to collect the humans.
No, you're here to collect humans. I'm here to be human, which means calling bullshit when I see it.
A lot of cussing.
She's a firebrand, but I trust her with my life.
No, you're not getting in my head.
Moopsie.
Moopsie? Don't try to take Moopsie. She's self-sabotaging, isn't she?
Oh, I don't want you to pressure yourself to get a promotion just so we can hang out.
Listen, Rutherford could get a promotion like that, and he should have had it last time.
Past year, I've been working to decrease vibration in the warp manifold by a factor of 0.05.
0.05? That can't be right. No, I mean it can't be right because a few minutes ago, Ensign Livick decreased the vibration by a factor of 0.06.
Ensign Livick? Who's that?
The new guy.
Uh-oh.
Livick.
Livick. Boimler.
I want to see that 0.06 in action.
I thought I remembered them being able to, like, polarize the glass.
Narj hopes you have enjoyed your stay in the Menage.
In the Menage.
My real moneymakers are the Pyrithian swamp gobblers over there.
Moopsie.
Moopsie!
The Moopsie drinks your bones!
How does something drink bones?
Like that.
Holy
Run!
Boy, a lot of cussing in this one. Okay, it's in a cage. Can you keep it in a cage?
Moopsie.
Okay, Moopsie is terrifying.
Commander Billups, you might want to sit down. I increased the power output of the Tucker tubes by 7 picocockerings.
That's great, Rutherford. I just hope those adjustments can apply to the Billups tubes.
The what now?
Ensign Livick figured out how to add a 3rd tube without triggering a Heisenberg collapse.
A 3rd tube?
Yeah.
Livick.
I don't even know what we use these for, but I love them.
Livick.
Livick.
Thanks for helping me get my new quarters, sir.
Happy to help, baby bear.
Oh.
I've got to run. Dr. Tana and I have a date on the holodeck.
Have fun!
You ready to get disgusting?
Has that ever stopped you before?
These two. Oh.
Computer, activate on a program 35.
Oh my god, they can hear the holodeck.
Ow! What are you doing? Shut your face. I'm Robin Hood now. Toodly-doo.
Toodly-doo.
And now that I am president of all Starfleet, allow me to present my inaugural scatty.
Carol?
Why is there a room between 2 holodecks?
Don't make me arrow you! Ow! Stop that! Make me!
Oh, you don't have Denty anymore. Moopsie.
Moopsie.
Can we shoot Moopsie?
So much for these new pants.
No weapons? What's your problem?
Do I really have to say it?
Wait,
Yeah.
you think I let that thing out?
Yes, you did.
It's because I knew you were looking for a reason to demote me, and of course it's for something I didn't even do.
Wait, why would I want to demote you?
Gee, I don't know. How about our entire working relationship?
What?
Oh, wait a minute.
You tried to trick me into messing up on that space elevator.
That was an orbital lift.
Even me, I heard you tell Shax in the gym that I wasn't going to be your problem anymore.
What? The gym? You heard that?
Ha! You admit it.
No. Oh no.
It's all in your file. You've been promoted a dozen times, then you always get demoted for acting out.
Yeah, because I'm a free spirit.
No, because you're manipulating your commanding officers.
Nice job, Jack.
What have you been doing all day?
No, I was, okay, fine, that was just today.
You always do.
No, I don't. Shut up.
Beckett, what's going on?
But I'm sorry to say, you still have my unwavering support, no matter how hard you make it.
Oh, Jack.
I'm glad you two worked your whole thing out, but can we maybe focus on the bone-drinking monster this plant guy probably set loose?
Nars.
Nars.
Oopsie.
Chugging him!
He does have bones.
No ladders. Now it can't get back through those vents.
Yeah! Now it's trapped in the station's main control room!
How intelligent is the Moopsie? It's very intelligent. And it's crashing it? I actually like this episode because we're getting... Oh.
A nice, dark Jeffrey's tube where we can't hear anyone decapitate Peter Pan.
I'm trying to find a way to diffuse heat conduction by a few nanojoules.
Oh, some ensign just came through here doing the exact same thing. Seemed like a real wunderkind. I was impressed.
Livik.
Dinner later?
Sure.
Rutherford can't get rattled. Rutherford, you're going to tap into a little bit of your pre-implant Rutherford here.
We wouldn't be falling into a planet!
Nobody's dying today.
Gary, are you the dickhead that let the Moopsie out?
Come on, as hard as you can. That thing wants bones? We'll give it bones.
Oh, you're a genius.
I mean, she is knocking teeth out with every shot. That says something terrible about Jack's dental or her attacks.
I'm definitely getting a promotion now. You and I will be the same rank and stay friends forever.
But I'll have to wait until after the PIP ceremony.
Huh?
Livik.
I'm sorry, Tindy. I let you down.
No, Rutherford, don't do that.
We'll be friends no matter what our ranks are. We're going to spend tons of time hanging out and talking about science and telling jokes and, do all the things we used to do. And that's an order.
Yes, ma'am.
I love you, Tendy.
Now I wish I hadn't turned down all those promotions.
Sorry, what?
For saving the Cerritos from the Packlids and the Rubidoux from the space jellyfish, stuff like that.
Wait, why did you turn them all down?
Stay with you.
Hey, Phillips! Can Rutherford have his promotion for that time he removed the hull?
Oh, sure. Sorry, Livik. Maybe next time.
Ha! Livik!
Rutherford! Rutherford!
Nice.
Thanks, everyone.
Rutherford. And also Tendy.
Good. I need a nemesis aboard the Cerritos. Okay, seal it off.
Gotcha, you cuddly little murderer.
Oh, man. Victory really is that much sweeter when you almost got killed.
Oh, Gary, you got all your teeth, bud.
That umbrella is upside down, yeah? Did you f***ers rewire the Moopsie door? You could have got us all killed!
Did you fuckers? Oh my god, that's so funny.
They'd seen how profitable they were as an attraction, so they wanted to kill Narge and keep the station for themselves.
Oh.
So, anyway, instead of bringing them to the Cerritos, we left them in the menagerie until somebody else has time to pick them up.
Well, there you go.
Just don't eat any hard stuff for a few days while the veneer's set. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go kill the sheriff of Nottingham for being a little f***face.
Dear God.
I was just happy you were following my orders.
I'm sorry I doubted you.
Are we please not going to have this?
Sort of over the years, but at least now you know I'm definitely not going to let you self-sabotage anymore. So maybe we can cool it on the Reign of Terror.
Yeah, that'll be,
Please tell me they're not animating him like this anymore.
Congrats on the promotion, man.
Thanks, and great call on us being roommates.
No! Oh, no. This can't be happening.
Oh, that's great. Just gotta dim the viewports, and we're all set. Hope you don't mind me tinkering on projects all night. Oh, if you see...
Dear God.
Oh, ah.
Denty.
Huh. You know what? This is already starting to feel like home.
Ah, what a nice episode. What a sweet little episode. All right, friends, we just got done watching Star Trek Lower Decks Season 4, Episode 2, I Have No Bones, Yet I Must Flee. And the only thing we have left to do is, of course, to talk about it. All right, friends, just got done watching Star Trek Lower Decks Season 4, Episode 2. I have no bones, yet I must flee. This is like it's like a quality of life episode right here, where we get to see exactly, there's stakes. Yes, obviously we had the things that were going on in the menagerie. We had the fact that, Rutherford was trying for this promotion, but it was, it really wasn't with the Moopsie, but it felt lower stakes than what we've been having for, the at least the recent past. I like being able to see what everybody's doing, especially with our lower deckers. I was kind of surprised. I think I was expecting the twist to be that Rutherford would have to stay at the lower decks, but T'Lyn would move in. That's what I thought they were going to do, and maybe like start like a love triangle or a friend triangle or something like that. But I'm kind of glad they didn't do that, because I don't think that would have worked as nearly. Obviously, fucking my idea is not going to touch what these incredible writers have done. But I'm so glad that they went ahead and did this, because it was a great way to just kind of touch base. They do this so well. There's a lot of shows that do this. Everybody has to do this at some point, but very few shows do this well. And Lower Decks is one of them, where they take it around the horn. Hey, let's touch base with everybody and see how they're doing today. And it was great to see everybody kind of acclimating to the new promotion, acclimating to the new responsibilities, and everything that came with the promotion, like whether it be like, Tendi and Rutherford, how are we going to be together? And then, of course, like the more benign, yet equally important to Boimler, where am I going to live? And I really, really like the way that they went about it, because it carried an emotional weight to it, And the reason why I say that is the emotional weight that it carried was that shot that they held when everybody walked away from the old bunks, and we had that shot out of the port view screen or the aft view screen, and it held there for a minute, like this is where we've been the whole time, but our kids are growing up, and they've got to go meet their own destinies and go where the wind takes them. And it was a microcosm of life, and I guess as I'm not trying to be profound when I say stuff like that, but it was a, like, what do you do when you start to grow up? And you've had somebody, Tendi growing, and there's that refusal to let it change things, where Rutherford has said, Tendi was like, no way, this is not changing. We are staying the same. We're going to be friends. And that was my first order, which I thought was very sweet. And then, again, it was that growing up thing with Beckett as well, where Jack said, I've read your file. I know what you do. I know your MO. And your MO is get promoted, piss somebody off, get demoted. And Beckett didn't even realize that that's how the cycle actually appears. And not only is that the way the cycle appears, that's the way the cycle is. Because she had to do, and you know what? I don't think that we would have had this type of introspection from Beckett had we not had the events of the last couple seasons, where she actively tried to better herself, or not necessarily change who she is, but be the best version of Mariner, as bumper sticker as that sounds. She really has been. She's been really trying. And, I think that her biggest moment so far has been the act of forgiveness that she had in The Stars at Night, the season 3 finale, where she forgave everybody on the Cerritos, that had absolutely not believed in her. Now that wasn't Boimler, Tendi, and Rutherford. They were trying to help her out of it. They didn't necessarily stand up and say, hey, you didn't do this, but they didn't say that she did. They said that, let's work and try to get past this, maybe apologize, blah, blah, blah. So there was kind of a lack of support a little bit just by default, kind of assuming that she did it, but not condemning her for it. But everybody else, Jen, Carol, Jack, everybody else looked at Beckett like she had done, the Cerritos dirty, when she had in fact been its only cheerleader. It's seemingly its only cheerleader. But the thing that is the most about that was she forgave them all. Now, we didn't see her forgive Jen, and we haven't seen Jen since, so I don't know what's going on with that. But, again, this is all kind of this little 20-some minute episode, is this kind of growing up and this maturation and like what happens next. You know, like when you leave home, where do you go to live? That's Boimler. When you leave home, how do you become an adult? That's Beckett. When you leave home, what happens to your childhood friends? That's Tendi. And it was just a really, really well done, constructed, and with an emotional, a more emotional core that was so well deployed. It was just really, again, I always marvel at these writers because they're able to pull these emotional strings while giving us great laughs. And this one had a ton of cussing in it. I don't know if that was deliberate, and I don't know if, you know, there was some ad libs, because I do know that Tawny Newsome, she can ad lib basically at will for Beckett. So a lot of the cussing came her way, and I appreciate it. I really do love that, because I think it makes the characters more human and it makes them more believable, especially Beckett. When Beckett looked at the humans and said, "Did you fuckers rewind?" That was great. That was fantastic. I love stuff like that. But again, you know, it's just these little secrets that they, you know, and it's not really a secret that was the theme. That was the theme. Change, transition, you know, getting older, maturation. And they did it so expertly in the Star Trek universe. What does it mean to go up in a rank, to grow up in Star Trek? This is what it means. This is this is the part of the process. You don't stay a lower decker forever. Where do you go? How do you get there? What's the journey? And boy, oh boy, you know, they've been showing us the whole time that the journey is about all of these adventures and things that they get on, but it's also the development of our characters, where we see more of Tendi, you know, Mistress of the Winter Constellation. We see more of Rutherford when he's able to kind of nonchalantly list all of these times he saved the day. And it's just a bold Boimler growing and becoming this really promising officer for the first time, where you look at him and go, hell yeah, he can be whatever he wants to be in Starfleet. And then, of course, like we've talked about so much, Beckett finally coming to the realization that maybe most of the problems that she's having come from her. And that in and of itself is maybe the greatest note of maturation. So I love it. I love the way that they conduct themselves. And you know what? I've said it once. I will say it a million times. These creatives, everybody from the writers, the directors, the producers, the actors, obviously, love these characters. And they will do everything and anything in their power to tell their story completely. And so that's why I wanted to kind of segue into this. I'm going to come back to Livik. I haven't forgotten about him. He's our leave line for this thought section. But we'll get back to Livik. What I wanted to talk about is it's as of the recording of this is the first episode of Lower Decks I've recorded since they have made the announcement, yay, that season 5 is coming. Woo! And also made the announcement that season 5 will be the final season of Lower Decks. I'm of two minds with this. My first and probably the dominant thought that I have is, fuck no. Are you kidding me? This show's got a ton left to tell. I've seen no degradation in the story quality whatsoever. If anything, it looks like they're hitting their stride with season 4. It looks like they're actually, you know, developing themes and going even farther than we can project from the first couple of seasons. It's strong storytelling, folks, and I don't have to tell you that. It's really strong, and there's no let up. There's no weaknesses that I can discern here that would make me think that we would get any lesser quality with a season 6, 7, or even an 8. With that being said, there's a small asterisk at play here for my undying support of the hashtag Save Lower Decks. If the creatives come forward, those same creatives that we just mentioned that love these characters, that will do anything for these characters, and will tell their story no matter what, if they come forward and they say, no, everyone, don't worry, we had 5 seasons for Lower Decks. Could we have told a 6th? Probably, but we think that we have a really strong 5 seasons, and we are not sad about this. We have the entire, we can wrap everything up. You know, this wasn't a surprise. You know, this is something that we wanted to make sure we went out on top with the strongest story possible for 5 full seasons of Lower Decks and the journey of the USS Cerritos and her lower deckers. If they say that, then I'm good. I'm good. I will never, ever go against these creatives as far as me thinking I know better than what they do for Lower Decks. They know it. They know these characters. They love them. They are not going to put them in jeopardy. And by that, I mean, they're not going to put them in the position to tell a weak story just for the sake of having a season 6. And so if they say, we're good, then by God, I am good as well, and I will enjoy every new second and every old second, because I'm definitely going back and rewatching this show. I can be very selfish, and I am, and I want more. I already am worried about getting to the end of season 4 and not having any immediate gratification of going into a new season premiere. I've been spoiled, friends. I've been watching 4 back to back to back to back, and I haven't had to have the pause that you all have had. I haven't had to wait between seasons like you all have. Now it's my turn. I'm going to have to do that when I finish season 4. And if they tell me season 5 is the wrap up, I've got to love it, and I will love every second of it. One of the last things I want to talk about, my friends, before we talk about Livik, that is, Livik, is, we have our mystery player. We've already seen our Klingon ship destroy the one from 3 ships. I'm hoping that, I'm not sure, but I'm hoping that the captain, who was kind of our Boimler equivalent, that rose to prominence during that episode, somehow escaped. But it looked like utter devastation and a total loss of life for the Klingons, as it did for the Romulans at the top of this episode. I'll really be concerned if we see this ship go head-to-head with a Borg cube and do the same thing, because we did see the Borg cube at the end of 3 ships, the episode. I wonder if they're going to go around the horn like that. Have a Vulcan destruction, maybe a Borg. We'll have to see. But the whole thing is concerning, and it's obviously going to be our seasonal plot. So we'll have to pay attention to it, but no speculation at this point until we get a little bit more information, and I'm looking for it. I'm checking in editing, too, when I go back through to see if there's any tells or any kind of, not necessarily slip-ups, but any identifiers or any similarities between the 2 attacks. So if I find anything, I'll let you know. But until then, let's put a pin in it and realize that we have a new player on the field, and they are powerful. Now, with that being said, that's the profound part. Livik. I love the idea of Rutherford having a nemesis. I love it. I love the idea of Livik being the nemesis, Livik. And if that continues, I think that that's going to be something that'd be very funny, because Rutherford is so happy-go-lucky, and to see him legitimately pissed at somebody is great. Livik. That was just the best. I'd like to see more of that, but not too much. I don't want it to be like beating a dead horse or anything like that. But it'd be very interesting to see that type of thing. Friends, if you've stuck with me this long, please do me a favor and hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ringy-ding-ding that bell for notifications. You'll be alerted next time we go live with Star Trek Lower Decks, or the original series, The Expanse, or any of our sci-fi offerings. And of course, if you'd like any of those early or in their full-length format, the link to the Patreon is in the description. But that's all then, my friends, and this is now. And now it's time to say goodbye from the Cerritos. And there's really only one place that we can say goodbye from, to properly say goodbye, because we've been there. We're lower deckers too, and we've been there. And so if you would, my friends, join me at the aft view screen as we look out at where we've been on the Cerritos, and we leave and find our new quarters, where we stare at the brilliance of the nacelle that'll take us to where we're going to go. My friends, until next time, Vulcan roll. And I'll see you.